Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all can hear me. Please reply via chat box. Welcome to agricultureinformation.com webinar. Today we are going to interact with Mrs. Girija on fair trade. Today we are going to discuss on fair trade policies, rules and regulations and what are the products to go with. The format of the webinar will be as follows. I'll mute everyone in the audience except Mrs. Girija. Then Girija will make her presentation, and after we listen to her, we can ask her our questions by typing in chat box in GoToMeeting. You can also email me at ed@agricultureinformation.com. I repeat, ed@agricultureinformation.com. Then I'll forward the questions sent by you, and if we have time, I may unmute one or two members in the audience so that you can directly talk with Mrs. Girija. Girija ma'am, I'm unmuting you. Please start your presentation.
Yeah. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm Girija A.M. and my presentation is on fair trade today. So I'm starting the presentation. Fair trade is an alternative approach to conventional trade based on a partnership between producers and traders, business and consumers. The international fair trade system, made up of Fair Trade International and its member organizations, represents the world's largest and most recognized fair trade system. When a product carries the fair trade mark, it means the producers and traders have met fair trade standards. In 2009, Fair Trade International (FLO), along with the World Fair Trade Organization, adopted the Charter of Fair Trade Principles, which provides a single international reference point for fair trade. The international fair trade system includes 3 producer networks, 25 fair trade organizations, Fair Trade International and FLOCERT, the independent certification body of the global fair trade system. Some of the fair trade members are Australia, Fair Trade Australia, and Belgium, Max Havelaar Belgium, Canada, Fair Trade Canada, Germany, Fair Trade Deutschland, etc. Fair trade standards also cover terms of trade. Products will get a fair trade price, which is the minimum that must be paid to the producers. In addition to producers get an additional sum, the fair trade premium, to invest in their communities. In 1988, the fair trade label was developed under the initiative of Dutch Development Agency. In 1997, Fair Trade Labeling Organizations International (FLO) was established in Bonn, Germany, to unite the labeling initiatives under one umbrella and harmonize worldwide standards and certifications. In 2002, Fair Trade International launches the International Fair Trade Certification Mark. Fair trade certified products will get the minimum price for fair trade. It applies to most fair trade certified products. This price aims to ensure that producers can cover their average cost of sustainable production. It acts as a safety net for farmers at times when world markets fall below a sustainable level. The fair trade is applicable basically to agricultural products, food and non-food. Food products include coffee, tea, herbs, spices, vegetables, and non-food includes cotton, seed and cut flowers. The minimum price for different fair trade products is noted in the table in Fair Trade website www.fairtrade.net. Some I can give you, that is basmati organic rice. Fair trade price is 361 euros and the premium is 41 euros. This will vary from country to country and it gives a very clear information is there in that table which we can share during the discussion. Empowerment of farmers and workers is the motive of fair trade. Small farmer groups must have a democratic structure and transparent administration. In order to get certified, workers must be allowed to have representatives on a committee that decides on the use of the fair trade premium. Both groups are supported by Fairtrade International to develop their capacity in this area. Fairtrade certification is basically done by FlowCert. Then, no producer organization can become certified without an initial on-site inspection. Many Fairtrade producer organizations are large, including hundreds and sometimes thousands of farmers. This makes it impossible for the auditor to visit every single farm. Accordingly, FlowCert operates a group certification model. This includes the audit of the producer organization itself as well as random checks of a representative sample of individual farmers. A full Fairtrade audit can last from 4 days for a small producer organization and up to 6 or 7 weeks for the largest cooperatives. The time of the auditor spends on the ground depends on the size of the producer organization, its complexity and the number of certified products it is seeking to sell. The cost of certification is dependent on the number of working days required to inspect the producer group. Following an audit, a report is sent to FlowCert for evaluation. The decision to certify is taken by a specialized certifier who is supervised by an independent certification committee. After they receive the initial Fairtrade certification, producers are inspected on-site on an annual basis. In some circumstances where organizations have demonstrated excellent compliance over many years, they may qualify for a desktop review as a part of 3-year inspection cycle. During inspection, they will verify the following: scope of the certification, that is product, process and trade details, physical product segregation as Fairtrade and non-Fairtrade if any, neatness and cleanliness of the area, then stock register, supplier certification as Fairtrade, then Fairtrade premium price details and the bank transfer details, product physical traceability in terms of records and input and output including best details, then purchase plan for the next 3 months to the supplier. Then the purchase contract with the supplier shall include the following things. One is agreed volumes, that means how much quantity you can supply within this 3 months period. Then quality specifications like what appearance, color, and then the liquor in the case of tea. Then price defined according to the requirements of the pricing section. Amount of Fairtrade premium to be paid, that is indicated separately from the price. The form of payment which must be transparent, traceable and mutually agreed on. The date of the exchange rate to be used in case of payment of the price and the premium is made in a different currency than the one identified in the Fairtrade price table. Procedures in the case of quality problems, all those things should be there when they come for the inspection, and we should be able to demonstrate all. We are also following a Fairtrade activity in our premises, even if it is a farm, it is a unit, it is a processing center, whatever be. As a producer, the organization shall communicate publicly about their commitment to Fairtrade, and it should include the corporate social responsibility, the volumes of the Fairtrade transactions, and the amount of the premium paid, and the number of Fairtrade products and the scope, etc. should be very transparent. And the future Fairtrade purchase targets also should be very transparent. And the name of the producers that produce the products that you source, and a short description of any investment or capacity building activities that you deliver within the objective of the producer development or supply chain sustainability. Thus, Fairtrade is helping farmers and producers to get a good price. This is the presentation.
Okay. Thanks, Mrs. Girija, for the informative talk. Now I request audience, please start your questions by typing in chat box. Audience, please start your questions now by writing in chat box. Ma'am, can farmers exhibit their products at the fair trade?
Yeah, they can exhibit.
Okay. Can they exhibit all?
I'll continue. There is a label. For example, if the farmers, if their product is packed in a particular box, they in that box they can very clear. There is a mark fair trade label is there. That label is indicating that they are certified as fair trade. Okay, so such products only will get the premium.
Okay. Can farmers exhibit any kind of products, or any specific products are there which they have to?
Yeah, there are products which ranges from rice to salt. Lot of products are covered in the fair trade activity. Like for example, rice is there, then spinach is there, then chamomile is there, tea is there, coffee is there. Basically, agricultural products almost all are covered, and some non-agricultural products like a cotton seed, cut flowers, that also is included under fair trade.
Okay.
The most advantageous thing is like, for example, if you are taking one tea from estate and it is given to a producer for blending, if the estate is certified as fair trade, then the producer, the blender should give the fair trade premium to the estate, and the same way the blender will get the fair trade premium by his buyer. Okay. So this way that the basic agricultural farmers, then the processors will get the benefit.
Okay. So how to get the certification?
Certification is, there is an agent, this is actually completely controlled by fair trade. There is a FlowCert is the only agency, only umbrella of the fair trade which is working for certification. So that only their office is in, one is in Bangalore. If we apply for fair trade certification, they will come, they will inspect, and if all the parameters are fixed, all the parameters are implemented, there is a standard. As per the standard, if everything is okay, they will give us the certificate, and there is a continuous inspection also.
Okay. And what are the expenses one has to meet to exhibit their product in the fair trade?
Expenses, it will be different from products to products, but it will be almost, it may range from 50,000 to 2 lakh, like that, because the payment we have to give in euros only.
Okay.
So that's why the payment range is like that.
Okay. And for the products on the low shelf life, so what are the factors one has to consider?
Low shelf life, basically low shelf life, if you are going for export, we have to have a cold storage. That is the main thing. Cold storage should be there, and in the cold storage they have to keep the product and ensure that the shelf life is extended. That is the only solution.
Okay. Okay, now you have mentioned, the price ranges from 50,000. So this is really high price, it may not be affordable to in all type of farmers.
Yeah, that is very, very true, but the point is like if they can be certified as a farmer, if one person is having 5 acres of land or 10 acres of land, what we can do is we can have a cluster kind of audit, a 100 acre or 200 acre total cluster audit can be there. And that cluster audit, there will be a sampling process. Based on the sample, that certification process will happen. So that is not an issue. It is actually for helping the farmers. So that kind of options are there. If anybody is interested, they can come forward and we can talk on that. We can discuss that confidentially, so that I can take them to the fair trade FlowCert.
So you mean to say they can get some subsidy or discounts, right?
Subsidy as a cluster they can go. Subsidy or discounts in the sense as a cluster. Cluster means many organizations formed together.
Yeah.
They can go as a cluster.
What about individuals?
Normally individuals will go big estates, big corporate estates, or big producers, or big blenders, or big manufacturers. those companies will go as an independent. For example, I will tell you in Kerala, there is a juice organization, juice manufacturing organization. So they have gone independently, and another tea organization, tea blender organization, they also went independently, and they are maintaining the standard because they are exporting to different countries, and the fair trade, if they have a fair trade label, they are getting the premium, and the product is also, they are getting more market for the product because when they are in, they have the label of fair trade.
Okay. When you say the cluster, it means the small or middle farmers, they come themselves, or one has to find out the cluster of farmers?
No. They themselves can come forward, and they can form a, and we will guide you how to develop the cluster, and then we can take them to forward.
Okay. And does the certification requires to be renewed?
Yeah, it is not a renewal process. Basically, the certification once attained, it is valid for 3 years. Only point is they will come and inspect whether we are following, whether we are very transparent on our activities, and whether stock to register, all this information, that the information is maintained properly. That is what they are coming and checking. There is a checklist for them. So that checklist they will come and verify. Only agricultural graduates will come and audit or inspect the facility.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if the farmers take the step of taking the certification, what returns he can expect?
What?
Even if the farmers take the step of taking the certification, even if they take the certification, what returns he can expect?
The returns is, first thing is they will get a fair trade premium. That is the first thing. Second thing is their market will be widened. Okay, without fair trade marking or with fair trade marking, there is a difference. Clear cut difference is there. At least 50% their produce can be sold more.
Okay, so I mean this
is basically so that we are also joining the part of fair trade. No, we are also joining the part of fair trade so that their market will be better.
Okay. I mean, what are the points to be taken care before entering into the fair trade? You know, there should be some points which every farmer has to take care of it.
Yeah, that the first thing is they have to ensure that their product, the input, what is the input and what is the output, what is the base, the quantity they have to note first. The quantity they have to note first, and they have to ensure that their traceability system is maintained. Traceability system means the final product and the supplier. So for example, if seed supplier is there, in the case of a farmer, they should be able to know who has given the seed. Like that, some information, some records they have to maintain, and some structure should be there. Some person should be there to as a responsible person to give the information to the auditor. Like that, it is very simple. I mean, nothing to worry. The only thing is that as a company consultant, I can give you more details on that. If any farmer is interested, directly I can talk to them.
Okay. Are there any organization who encourages farmers to participate in this fair trade?
Actually, as of now, nobody is taking initiative because PLOSAT is supporting farmers. If there is anybody is giving us an inquiry, if we are sending an inquiry to them, they will definitely consider. But as a group, nobody, according to my knowledge, nobody has come forward to do the fair trade certification. So, and the people most of the people in India, I will tell you, most of the farmers in India, they are not aware of this kind of system. So, that is the main thing. The awareness is very low.
Okay.
So, that is the main thing. So, awareness means the PLOSAT, basically it is operated from Germany, and there is an office in India. Just like that, they have different offices. In South Africa, they have offices. So, it is basically the processors, those who are going for fair trade. Okay, so that is the system at present in India.
Okay, so I mean, what is the government role in this?
There is no government rule. Government, for example, in our case, government, APEDA is our government organization who is controlling the agricultural export and agricultural organic system, everything. But they are not giving any awareness to farmers in this case. Okay, that is what I have seen, because I am working on this field for different several years. That's why.
Okay. Okay, when the government gives them the space to exhibit their products even at the small scale. So why do you think, I mean, they have to cluster it together and participate in fair trade rather than going what the space has been given by the government?
Yeah, that is their decision. Now they can decide. But what I am telling is fair trade has this kind of advantage. Okay. So that advantage, if they want to extract, they can come forward for fair trade certification.
So what are the extra benefits if they participate in fair trade?
The extra benefit is basically I told you again, I am telling you, one is that premium. This is just like a safety net, no? If there is a downgraded trend in the price of the product, these agricultural products, then they will get a minimum price, and there is a premium also once they are into fair trade. And when they are certified under fair trade, their market is well open. These are the two advantages.
Okay. Members, any more questions? Okay, I hope there are no more questions. And if the audience has any further questions, please visit agricultureinformation.com under online education in webinar thread. And this is the link where you can post your questions in the forum and continue the discussion directly with Mrs. Girija.
Okay.
And also I request audience to fill the feedback form on today's talk. And let me inform you everyone, the recording of this talk will be uploaded in webinar thread of our discussion forum. I would like to thank everyone for attending this webinar. I would like to thank Mrs. Girija. Thanks Girija ma'am to give us a lot of information on fair trade. Yeah, this is an event organized by agricultureinformation.com. Please visit our webinar thread under the online education section for updates on forthcoming events. So I'll be closing this meeting now. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.